I was maybe green in the markets, but extremely red in health. And in the rest of the time, I was drinking and eating. So, a disaster was just around the corner. Sure, he's going to reduce my medicines and the dosage drastically. So, starting Monday, I am starting this. In trading, a stop loss saves your account. But in real life, I was hitting a stop loss I didn't even know existed. For 2 years, I woke up tired, and everything outside was looking like a winning trade, but internally, my equity was crashing. I was actually living in this delusion of being on the winning side. Trades were hitting targets, analysis was on spot, was hitting my daily targets, channels were growing, my project was shaping up, the way I wanted. With a delay, but it was at least shaping up. So everything was looking fine. But I wasn't giving notice or paying attention to the signs my body was giving. I was feeling sluggish, I was always tired, always irritated. So, as I said, my internal equity, the most important asset, my body was giving warning signs which I did not see at the right time. It was just the mental load of being an entrepreneur, chasing an extraordinary dream, a day trader, and a content creator. For content creation, per se, for an introvert like me, as it is a very hard thing. So, all this was catching up finally. So in December, I stopped the guesswork and got my blood panel done, and the results were not shocking. They were a loud cry of an emergency. So in my blood test, I found that my triglycerides were at 261. The numbers were a disaster, well into the high risk zone. Liver enzymes, SGOT 156, SGPT 80, which is more than double the normal range, and it was indicating serious liver damage and liver stress. Fasting sugar was at 150 and HbA1c was at 7.1%, putting me in that proper diabetic range. Vitamin D was at 22.3, leaving my immune system and energy levels completely vulnerable. My weight had gone up to 95, 96, and I've always maintained it around in my throughout my adult life. It has been around 84, 85. That's the median that I've maintained. But I just didn't realize, in normal day-to-day life, we don't go about checking our weight daily. But it was an alarming situation. So seeing these numbers in black and white was a reality check, and I was maybe green in the markets, but extremely red in health. The stress of building an AI-driven market analysis tool, the research, the money, the time, the discussions, and then trading to make ends meet. It was just a pressure cooker situation for me. Then last year I had a shoulder injury, and despite recovery, I kept popping the painkillers. And at night, uh, due to the stress or being overworked, I just used to enjoy my drinks, just so that I can just numb the noise outside and look for some calmness and maybe a good night's sleep. In short, to summarize, I was just losing my grip. I was treating my business like a professional, but my body like a gambler. So I'm 42 years old and 6 feet 1 inches tall. The reason I'm telling you about the height is because the weight that I just told, the average weight I used to maintain throughout my adult life, 84, 85, gave me a lean structure, not too thin, not too fat, sort of lean. But in 2016-17, I had a medical issue wherein I had to undergo abdominal surgery, which forced me to be on bed rest. And that's another reason I always used to watch my weight, because I cannot have excess, mass over, in the visceral area. It would create some sort of pressure. That's what I was told. And as it is, it's not good to have a bulging tummy. But that is what happened in the last 5 6 months, maybe due to the stress or the lifestyle I was keeping. I was not moving much. So for the people who don't know me that much, I have a corporate experience of 11 years, and I've been trading for 20 years. And after my surgery, during the bed rest, I was just looking for options on how to support myself and my family. So in 2016-17, there were not many work from home options. So since I have always been attracted towards markets and trading, and always been in contact with actual investors and traders, I thought of giving it a full time try. So I don't know whether it was beginner's luck or just a better understanding of things. I started, getting my life on track. Eventually, I gained strength and I was able to move around as well, and everything was going on fine. 2 3 years back, I think of a dream. I'm a very research oriented person. I have developed a lot of systems, and I just wanted to take my system to the next level. So I thought of creating an AI driven market analysis tool which scans the live data markets and scouts for opportunities for traders, so that their actual work and stress gets reduced, and they just get the best trading ideas or setups. And then of course you can go and vet, but the human mind is not at full capacity every time, and we age each day. So I was just looking for something to automate my system or my strategy, and just build a platform around it. So I started the project, and it was shaping up fine. There were a lot of bottlenecks. To think of starting a business is a different thing, but to deal with the daily problems, things which you didn't even imagine would be there. I never had to worry about servers or loads or compute power, or where the live tick data would be saved. You just have a system, and I used to work like that, but now there are things which weren't even in my actual uh, to-do list. But we kept sailing ahead. It was quite a challenging journey. Now we are very close. I'm just giving you the background of what has been going on, and what has led to where I ended up being extremely sick and with a damaged liver. And of course, this sort of project involves a lot of money and time. Both were limited because I don't have any other source of income. So my trading, so I have to trade to make ends meet. So all this stress, forced me to look at the evening as my shut off time, enjoy my drinks, and then just tune out both the noise within and outside. And I had access to these painkillers as well. So even after recovery, as I said, I was popping painkillers. So an increased workload, multitasking, painkillers, drinking, and a sedentary lifestyle, where I was just mostly sitting for long hours, maybe trading or in meetings with developers, discussing things or solving problems. And in the rest of the time, I was drinking and eating. So, a disaster was just around the corner. So our bodies, whenever they are in stress, they give you signs. And I might be a very intelligent, smart trader, but I'm a very stupid person when it comes to catching on the signals the body was giving. Always being tired, irritated, and imagine waking up tired. That's the worst thing that can happen to anyone. And even the quality of sleep was not that great. uh, there used to be never ending hunger, late night binging. Every 2 3 hours I used to crave for things which give instant energy, like at night post dinner. Who doesn't like a bread bhujia combo? That's all unhealthy, but that's also telling you something, that even after having dinner, if you're craving for this, then there's something wrong internally. Of course, we are too engrossed in the process at that time to, do one plus one and understand what is going on. At that time, you just want to, catch up on your sleep, just eat and, go off to bed. I gained good 10 12 kgs in weight, as I've just mentioned. I grew gray, and it just happened very, very quickly. Started getting comments from people, you're getting old. So this graying is part of when I felt sick, when I came out, just instantly grew gray. I don't know, maybe some complications or there was a lack of protein or something. But I'm happy I came out alive and at least with a head full of hair. And naturally, while dealing with so many things, multitasking, and keeping very bad eating habits and sleeping patterns, I had a lot of mood swings, which mostly, kept me in an irritable state. Frequent headaches and extreme lack of energy. While I'm on my desk, I'm at my job. Okay, maybe I'm very workaholic, so I kept pushing my body. But whenever there's free time or anything, and I just used to doze off. So I don't know. I didn't actually notice what exactly is happening. And the worst thing for me personally, I started gaining visceral fat. So, as I told you, after my surgery, my surgeon told me you should always, keep your weight in check. Do not put excess pressure here. And I started gaining weight. If you see uh, my recent videos, you'll see a tire. An ugly tire there, and you don't realize this. You keep seeing it. Okay, you say it's normal. So I always, after the surgery, because of whatever what is repaired, I always had a bulge, but it was never a beer belly, so to say. But now it was a proper tire. Of course, I did not notice it. It grew gradually, but now when I see old videos, yes, I should have been more careful. And I was always craving for high energy, high carb, instant energy foods and drinks. So this is just a summary of the signs that my body was giving. So, how did a fitness conscious guy who had to be extra careful about all these things land up here? Only two words: stress and lifestyle. In this industry, we live in a constant state of fight or flight. So it's a very stressful situation. Yes, it brings in money, but that's the other side of the coin. And these chronic stress, spike the cortisol in the body, which wreaks havoc on your blood sugar levels and how your liver functions. So I was sitting for 12, 16 hours a day, sacrificing sleep, working, developing my system, trading, doing whatnot, and just choosing, convenience over nutrition, good rest, and exercise. I was treating my business like a professional and treating my body like a complete gambler. So, diabetic, damaged liver, high cholesterol, increased weight, and increased visceral fat, which is the worst. So these are serious issues which required very serious solutions. So I am a very inquisitive person, and I am very research oriented both in my work and in life as well. So I just kept searching for things, what is causing this or that. A doctor, nothing against doctors, first of all, they will, treat the illness, and they'll maintain the status quo. They prescribed me medicines which kept my blood sugar in check. But keeping something in check and healing it are two different things. So I wanted to heal it. Diabetes, specifically for me, is very scary because I lost my father in 2011 because of it, and to deal with myself, and I just couldn't imagine a scenario of my children struggling, of seeing me go through a lot of issues and pain and then leaving them one fine day. So I just didn't want to maintain it, reduce it. I just wanted to Yet get rid of it, get rid of medicines, so to say. That wouldn't happen very quickly, but I started researching. Now, mostly the things that I saw were, drink, mix this, mix that, drink this, drink that, and you'll be fine within a week. Do this exercise and you'll lose belly fat within 10 days. Now, so much abuse and damage of so many years. In my case, 2 3 years. I know I've not been disciplined. How can a magic juice or a magic exercise reverse the damage of so much abuse? That's all nonsense. And if you go through the other videos, these are mostly by fake natties. Some sort of product placement would be there, and some sort of hidden agenda is always going to be there. So I couldn't find the right solutions. I kept researching, and my road to recovery is influenced by two people whose work either took me to the right direction or inspired me to just work really hard. One is Brian Johnson, and one is Virat Kohli. Both of them for different reasons, of course. So, if you go through the work of Brian Johnson, he has done some research on the effect of chronic stress on our body, and this stress, raises cortisol, which in turn, creates a very unhealthy environment of insulin resistance, and the body is in kind of a shock. It is like a technical glitch in our biological clock. Your body doesn't repair much, and it's a constant state of fight. So chronic stress spikes cortisol, which in turn puts pressure on the liver and creates insulin resistance. Now, all these things are not ideal for the human body, and they create a domino effect where it's just like a technical glitch in our biological clock, and it triggers inflammation and whatnot. So my main issue was insulin resistance, and through my research and whatever I found, I knew that stress is a cause for it. So I have to address it. Now it can be physical stress, mental stress, and I needed to devise something where I could reduce the level of stress, so that at least because of this, I'll make the lifestyle changes, I'll do the exercise and everything, I'll watch my diet, but at least I should not do anything consciously which increases my stress. So at least the solution of a problem starts with the identification of the problem. So at least I know now that which direction I have to work with. Now your doctor again is not going to tell you about it, and he will not tell you how to reduce stress. He might tell you if you are stressed, reduce stress. Now how do you reduce stress? For that, you need to know yourself and what causes stress for you. Everyone is different. Now, Virat Kohli. Last year, I happened to watch a T20 match with my son. I don't follow cricket that much. I keep a very busy schedule. I usually just watch the highlights next day. So we went to the match, and I saw him field just 10 15 feet away from us, and his fitness, and it was a naturally a pretty hot day in Jaipur. It was just mesmerizing. It wasn't just fitness, it was an aura of discipline. And then I read about him as well. Since 2012, he has been working really hard on his diet, and has been training differently, eating differently. Tried to copy some parts of the diet and what he was doing. Of course, I don't have access to the same resources, but I do have access to that same warrior mindset and an unwavering willpower. Then my name is Sankalp. I hope you know what it means. For 2 straight months, I knew what I had to work on, and what is the problem at hand, and how can it be removed from source. It's not going to happen in a week, it's not going to happen in a month. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of discipline and patience. Let me share the results with you. So I decided to apply the same discipline I have when it comes to trading to my health. Cleaned up my diet, and prioritized sleep at least 7 8 hours a day. Uh, this reduced my stress markers and moved around, exercised. So, exactly 2 months later, in February first week, I got the blood work done again. Now, my triglycerides dropped from 261 to 102, now firmly in the optimal range. Liver SGOT crashed from 156 to 26.11, SGPT from 80 to 38.82. So my liver is back to full health. Cholesterol, LDL and HDL are both trending in the right direction. This proved one thing, the body is the ultimate compounding asset. If you fix the inputs, the outputs will naturally follow. Fasting sugar came down to 86 from 150. HbA1c came to 6 from 7.1. Now, since it is a 3 month average marker, so I'm pretty sure the memory of the last 2 months is still there. So, this is going to show a realistic figure in the coming 2 months. I'm hoping it's below 5, an unrealistic expectation, but then I've come so far, worked so hard. So, I want it to be below 5 in the coming 2 months. Body weight from 95 96 is down to 86 87 now. So, how did I achieve this in just 2 months? For you, it might just be 2 months, but for me, every day counted. Every day was a struggle to get out of bed, go to the gym, to eat clean, to not succumb to my temptations to drink or binge eating and late at night. So let me discuss the external changes that I made first. I started walking. I was walking on an average between 10 to 12,000 steps a day. I never enjoyed walking, but I know walking, brisk walking, so to say, helps a lot in your belly fat, your insulin resistance. So just give it a try. And first 2 3 days were a struggle. Your legs hurt and your whole body aches. But then I got a hang of it, and I kept checking my fasting sugar, and I saw a reduction. Started going to the gym, 1 hour of strict resistance training in the morning, which wasn't the case earlier. Because of the shoulder injury, I was away from the gym. Never, it never came to my mind to just join and do something. If my shoulder is hurting, at least I can train the legs or do some sort of cardio, but you know how it is. So, for my workouts, the first few minutes are for stretching and then a light cardio so that my heart rate is up and I'm kind of warmed up. And then I used to target two body parts a day, like triceps and chest on a day, back, biceps, shoulder, and legs. One very interesting thing about legs workout. Never used to enjoy them earlier. But whenever I had a leg day, and I was on medication as well to keep my sugar in check, whatever the science or chemistry is behind that. Let's say I did legs today, and tomorrow in the evening I used to feel so sluggish, so low of energy, and then again craving for that high carb food. I avoided it. Whenever I used to have such feelings, I used to have chana or roasted peanuts or anything. But then I measured my sugar one day. It was at 65. I thought, from you don't understand what PP sugar or fasting sugar means, because we're not doing it for our whole lives. So just day after the legs workout, I was feeling sluggish, and when I checked the sugar, it was extremely low. That's why I was, craving for that sort of food. Then I researched it further. When you train your legs, it does wonders for your insulin resistance. I knew I was getting output, so now the schedule is like I'm training legs twice a week, because I know this is one body part, one of the biggest body parts of the body. is helping me maintain my blood sugar level. So why not train it, twice a week? So after all the workouts, in the last 15-20 minutes, I do a high intensity interval training program exercises. It's just a fancy name for cardio. So I either do kettlebell rows, jumping jacks, mountain climber, or that thing with the weighted ball. I do it with 10 kgs ball. You lift it and you throw it on the ground. I don't know the technical name. I really enjoy that workout. And post that, my heart rate usually is between 155 and 60. That was my aim to, again kind of push the system to burn more fat and be more active, and just used to kill me in the end. But one hot shower and you're fine for the day. So this was my workout routine. Something that I was really embarrassed about and was one of the major causes of this much damage: drinking. I quit drinking completely. Wasn't easy to begin with. I had trouble sleeping at the start, but after quitting, you happen to go to parties and get-togethers. There, I was really proud of myself. I just said no, no, I'm not going to drink. You have peer pressure and all that. You drink. You take one beer from my side as well and drink. I'm not going to drink. That gave me a lot of confidence. If I can say no to something that I was kind of addicted to for such a long time, trying to suppress my frustrations and anger and whatever, just for that numbness. And if I can say no to this, I'm capable of much, much better things. So quit drinking for good. Instead, replace this habit with drinking water, at least 3 to 4 liters a day. Intermittent fasting. So I have been on and off of intermittent fasting. I resumed it. So I have my lunch at 12 during the day and dinner at 8. So before 12 and after 8 p.m., I do not eat anything. I might have a black coffee or something, but no food. And even in the eating window I had, it used to be either a handful of walnuts, some sort of dry fruits, or a fruit, be it an apple or a banana, but nothing unhealthy. And I was keeping my body, I'm still keeping my body in a 16-hour fasted state. And there were absolutely no cheat days at all. Nothing, no cheat days. Nothing to celebrate, just same routine each and every day. Now, about the diet, changed my diet to a protein rich diet. So, in an Indian household, we cannot do without rotis, and I just did not have any sort of wheat, any breads, any pasta, any pizza, any these saturated fats. I replaced my roti with a bajra roti or a ragi roti. Replaced rice with the 1 day old brown rice, and I made sure that my in my portion size at least 50-60% is a protein source, and the rest, maybe a salad or some rice or one roti. Reduce the number of rotis from 4 to 1. And let me tell you, I'm more energetic now while eating less. If you eat right, you don't actually, shove so much in your body. Just eat the right food. And the first thing in the morning, I start my day with the 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Tastes like hell. Okay, it just tastes very bad. But the moment you gulp down the whole glass, it's like an electric shock going from top to down, and it just wakes you up. And I don't know the clinical effects of it on my blood sugar or the overall health, but apple cider vinegar and cinnamon are known to give better insulin control. Yes, so much workout, eating clean, waking up early, I'm bound to be exhausted by 9. So I am off to sleep by 10. And of course, with so much physical exertion, the body is too tired to think of any stress or any issue. and I enjoy a good night's sleep. So my sleep quality has also improved. Now, the most important solution in my eyes were the internal changes that I did. So I actively investigated my sources of stress and found ways to combat them. We all carry different labels. Some are jovial, some are introverts, some are extroverts. If I'm being real with you, my label is angry. I was someone who lived by a very strict, almost eccentric code. Any disruption, any noise from the outside world would throw my entire day off balance. Uh, I was a prisoner to my own temperament and rules. But a true transformation requires, to look in the mirror and admit who you are, personally correct. I cut out situations and people that could give me stress, be it friends, family, anyone. I just became very selfish. Might sound very evil as well, but if someone gives me stress, why bother? Uh, you should be selfish enough to think about your own mental peace first. Then the whole world comes. In my business venture, delegated the work, reduced my workload. By God's grace, the development phase was already through when this report came. So it was just testing and some tweaking. So my involvement was not required that much. Yes, there was some hue and cry from investors, but I told them I need to get better. Otherwise, you already don't have a project leader or a face to represent the company. They all agreed and were very helpful and supportive. Denied coming on live TV. Now, in my field, there are no awards or recognition. Your M2Ms are yours. You might have some social media standing, but you know how it is. At least those numbers, I don't care if I have, 70,000 on Instagram or any number on any platform. It doesn't actually mean anything. So, in my field, coming on live TV on a business channel uh, is seen with a very high regard, at least by the people around me. Uh, the kind of opportunities I was given were out of my comfort zone. So for the last 20 years, I have honed my skills to be a good, decent derivatives intraday trader. So I'm good in reading the charts and anticipating what is going to happen in the next 1 or 2 hours. That's my expertise. That's how I've trained myself. But the opportunities that I was given were out of my comfort zone, and of course it was a real struggle for me to show up, perform in an area where I am not very strong in, and while doing so, not let my followers down with my analysis. So, to sum it up, it was like asking Mike Tyson to open up batting in a T20 match. I hope you get the gist. But having said that, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. An introvert like me coming on a live national TV is a feat in itself. At least in the years to come, I can tell people I used to come on TV. That's a good feeling. But it was giving me stress, so I denied my availability. Next is I stopped taking things seriously and understanding and accepting that not everything is about me. Part of this transformation wasn't just about losing weight. It was about losing this mental baggage I was carrying. I stopped taking anything personally, and I used to be this guy fuming and abusing on red lights where I am waiting for my turn, but you see all these clowns around you, breaking all rules, coming out of turn, and I used to let this chaos ruin my mood, my morning, and carry this anger to either my workouts or my office, or if you're going to a party. We are social animals, we have to move around. And this used to really bother me. Now, as long as you don't hit me, I don't care. As long as you don't bang your car into my car, I don't care. You are a clown, people will laugh at you. If you keep breaking rules, either you're going to get caught by the police or you're going to damage your vehicle. In either case, none of my business. That's what I follow now. And I really laugh at myself on why I used to invest so much energy on a person I don't even know, whom I'm abusing, who should not even exist in my system at all. Now, meditation. I have tried meditation at least a million times in my life. The moment I close my eyes, there are a million thoughts, million problems, million solutions, million temptations. Never ever could I just stay calm after closing my eyes. Maybe I have an abnormal brain which thinks a lot, or I have a lot of problems which keep attacking my brain. I found a hack for it. So my love and devotion to Lord Hanuman is well known, and he's everything for me. I give all credit to the fact that cheated death and came back home after such a major medical issue, restarted my career, and became disciplined. I just I just owe everything to him. So post Shar, I used to just find a quiet corner in the house, and I started chanting Hanuman Chalisa internally. You know, I never knew how many times I have recited it, but whenever I used to open my eyes, there was no target. I had tears in my eyes, and I'm having goosebumps even while talking about it. So I have to, when I'm thinking of him, I just have to think of him. My mind is shut off. And it was just pure bliss, all stress, everything gone. I was just a fresh person post this activity. So I don't think meditation is going to work for me, and I'm happy to do this form of meditation. It keeps me close to my Isht as well, and it really, really helped me a lot. It really used to de stress me like anything. Now, this next thing might sound very stupid, waking up before the alarm. So there's an old piece of folklore that says, if you tell your pillow that wake me up at this and this time, your subconscious mind listens to that. So my target was to wake up at 6. I told my pillow, wake me up at 4. First day I did not wake up. Second day I woke up somewhere around 4:15, 4:30, and of course I had kept the alarm for 6 a.m. And I saw the alarm buzzing while I was awake. I was out of the bed by 4:30, and I just instead of struggling to in our sleep finding the phone and then swiping, I was ready, tuck, close. That gave me such a beautiful feeling. Uh, it might sound very small, but waking up before the siren going off, you know, gave me an immediate sense of extreme control. I'm not being governed by a clock now. I'm starting my day on my own terms before the alarm clock. And beating the day's first deadline, built a level of confidence and positivity that fueled every other thing that followed during the day. So this really worked for me, and that peace and quiet of 4 a.m., waking up, drinking your apple cider, then enjoying your black coffee, doing your daily chores, and then getting ready for the gym really helped a lot. And now I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. As I lean further into this journey of self discovery and repair, I'm finding that my mind is doing lot many internal adjustments and modifications I didn't even ask for. I might not have every single why figured out, but I hope this gives you a window of how I'm approaching my issues and how I'm solving this mental game and trying to be calm in everything that I'm doing during the day. Now, what's next? Is the thing about recovery, it isn't a finish line. Now it is just a baseline for me, new baseline. Like I was working from 7.1 to 6. Now 6 is the baseline. And now that my internals are primed up, It's time to see what I'm actually capable of. And I'm yet to show my latest reports to my doctor. I couldn't get an appointment, but I'm sure he's going to reduce my medicines and the dosage drastically. But having put in so much effort and work coming here, I don't want to become complacent, and I want to move this fitness journey ahead and at the next level now. So starting Monday, I am starting the 75 hard challenge. I am going to do the same two workouts, one in the gym, one outside. I'm going to drink at least 4 liters of water a day. I'm going to read 10 pages. I'm going to keep my diet clean. There are no off days. That's the plan. And since I'm a trader, I'll try to journalize my journey and see the changes of all these things on my trading as well. So I'll keep records of everything, and then I'll share the results after 75 days how it went. Now I'm going to document every single day of my progress, and I'm going to post daily vlogs here and on my Instagram, just to show you the grind, the high stress of the markets, the fatigue of all these workouts, and the mental shifts that I am observing. If I can reverse diabetic markers, reduce liver stress, reduce my weight naturally in 60 days, imagine what the next 75 days will bring in. So I'm really excited to know how I'm going to perform in this controlled environment now. Now I will be answerable to a set of audience as well. Most of them will be there to just see if he failed today or not, to prove them wrong, and just see where it takes me. Personally, it's going to be really hectic for me because my product launch is just around the corner. I know a lot of events and meetings and whatnot will be there, but that's one of the selfish reasons I want to do this 75 hard challenge, because I don't want to lose on the gains I've made so far. Work will be there, but until and unless the body is fit, this work and every money and everything in the world is useless. So I just don't. It's a selfish thing that I'm doing just to keep myself in check and on track. So documenting it and sharing it with everyone will keep me on my toes and not to cheat and stay on track. And on my path to recovery, I'll keep sharing my tips, and I hope some of you who are dealing with similar issues like me will find some useful inputs, and you can also bring about the change that is required in your life. And let me remind you, I am not chasing any aesthetics. I am chasing a medicine-free life. I'm documenting this because I know there's another Sankalp out there who's struggling, a father, a trader, a businessman, or an employee who doesn't know, what to do, what stress is doing to their body, and how can they come out and become, fitter and healthier and happier. So, if you have the same objective, or if you want to see me fail, do watch these videos. Do subscribe to my channel or my Instagram channel, whichever is convenient for you. And then, if you liked the content of this video or whatever I shared, do leave your feedback in your comments or leave a like. I don't like this cyber begging of asking people to subscribe. If you like me, you will subscribe. If you don't like me, you'll ignore me. So let's see what 75 hard challenge brings in, and I'll post a video after the 75 hard days challenge is over. I'll again share the medical markers and what all I learned in that journey. And if you're still watching the video and you've come so far, I really thank you for your time. Jai Siya Ram.